While we were hunting for Shockwave on Earth, Ratchet began his mission to find Megatron, who flew into exile after being reactivated by Unicron. His journey would begin at the Decepticon prison facility, which formerly housed the Autobot Academy before the war.
Since Optimus now knows what that bastard has been doing all this time, but better let Megatron and his former comrades know of that catalog. CP sent to everyone concerning the Catalogue of Shockwave.
Ratchet finds the prison warden cup who would lead him to the prison cells. Acting on my orders, Ratchet deputizes Cup and would soon deputize the other Decepticon prisoners to assist him on his mission.
Follow me, young'un. This may be important for you to deputize me along with those crazy cons. Am I right?
First of all, I'm not a young'un. Second, the fate of the universe depends on what we do now. The situation has gotten much worse than it has before.
The warden guard leads Ratchet to the cell, where Starscream now resides in, after the events that occurred in Minicon Mayhem 2 years ago. Ratchet would then show them both the Catalogue of Shockwave's victims, made by self-exiled Prime.
I was right! Megatron never heeded my warnings about Shockwave. Now the joke is on you, Megatron!
Well, I'll be a soiled pet troll rabbit. That one-eyed dope did that to how many kidbots and kidcons? I knew something was iffy. About the war. I knew it.
Arachnid sees CP's catalog and begins to freak out after recognizing her previous form. Soundwave would also exhibit similar behavior. Arachnid did after he also saw CP's catalog.
So, that spawn of a glitch reprogrammed and hid 2 Autobots right under Megatron's nose?
Are you done now, Starscream? You do know that we're going to find Megatron, right?
While insulting Ratchet in her speech, Arachnid queried about the author of the Catalogue of Shockwave's victims.
Medical fool, do you know who made that catalog with me being part of it?
First of all, I'm not a medical fool. Secondly, don't call me Doc. Thirdly, self-exiled Prime, the kidbot of Optimus Prime, also known by the codename Biza, is the author of the Catalogue of Shockwave's victims.
What? I thought Shockwave had her in cold storage when his reprogramming failed to upload in her. I saw him put Biza offline.
Scrap. As I expected, that schemer lied about you, Celibus, even Mirage and the rest of you, to Optimus, to me, and to Megatron, to hide the fact that he had all of you on his operating table.
So, you're deputizing me, along with the others, to help you find my good-for-nothing former commander. I see. I suppose it would be possible to do so at this point. Do you even know where to begin in searching for that self-exiled brute, Doc? He could be anywhere in the galaxy for all we know.
First rule, don't call me Doc. Second, in order to find Megatron, we need to send a signal to locate and find where he flew off to, in his self-exile. So Shockwave's upgrading process completely erases your original programming, without even leaving any trace of who you were before? I find that very hard to believe, considering the circumstances.
Many of us were his successful experiments. However, each time he tried to reprogram Biza, his machines would malfunction. In most cases, it's catastrophic to the point where he would put her in cold storage in an attempt to reset her programming.
That would explain why CP's behavior mirrors that of a 6-year-old human girl.
Blaster decided to help us find Megatron by building a locator device that would detect traces of Dark Energon throughout the universe, since the aforementioned would still have some of it in it.
I will build the device to help you find it, even if major weakness refuses to assist, since you cannot compute the fact that I am an Autobot reprogrammed by Shockwave.
3 Earth days and some helpful VE-cons later, Soundwave builds the device until Laserbeak angrily destroys it, Seconds later, much to Soundwave's disgust.
Laserbeak, what are you doing? Stop! No! No! No!
Laserbeak, you scrapyard fiend, we needed that!
As Laserbeak protested about Soundwave helping the Autobots, Cup shoots her down and throws her behind bars. Later, Springer calls Ratchet to meet her in the communication tower.
Ratchet, you're needed in the comm tower. Someone under the call sign Celestia, but sounds like Wingsaber is requesting for a Dr. Ratchet?
Why is it that everyone keeps calling me Doc? Better find out what that troublesome Wingsaber wants now.
Switching to vehicle mode, Ratchet heads to the communication tower, where his sister, Springer, was waiting to patch him through to Celestia. At the tower, Springer introduces Ratchet to Celestia, and she begins her message.
Late, as usual.
Zip it, Springer. Voiced is requesting for me?
I did, Doc.
For the freaking love of Primus, please stop calling me Doc.
Ratchet, Megatron has been sighted on this planet. I need you to contact Optimus Prime immediately.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. A lot has changed in over 9 Earth years. One of those things is this. The Civil War is already over. We won, thanks to Bumblebee. However, Unicron pulled off one last attempt to destroy us, but he was thwarted by Optimus. Megatron disbanded the Decepticons and flew off into self-exile, which means he is no longer a threat to anyone. As for Shockwave and whoever his allies are, they're an even bigger threat to everyone in this entire universe. I have a catalog made by someone of all of Shockwave's victims so far, for you and for Megatron to see. You'll be shocked to see the amount of Kidbots and Kidcons that are on this catalog.
Shockwave? Of course! If my circuits serve me right, Primus warned us about that planet. He told us to never set foot there. It was a no-go zone for all Cybertronians. Its inhabitants were always looking for test subjects to experiment on. Impactor learned that the hard way, after he crash-landed on that planet, known as Planet X, or Exia. This would also explain my promotion to be the new Wreckers Commander, Ratchet. By the way, when Unicron destroyed Planet X, 3 reported survivors from that planet were making a beeline for Cybertron. However, when their ship crash-landed in Iacon, there was 1 survivor left.
And that survivor definitely turned out to be none other than Shockwave.
I was right! I told Megatron never allow any survivors from Planet X to be part of our team. But did he listen? No, he did not. That's what you get for not trusting my judgment of Shockwave.
Did Starscream tailgate you to the comm room?
Yes and no. Starscream and his comrades have been deputized to help me find Megatron and let him know about Shockwave's catalog of victims.
And so, Ratchet and his deputized comrades headed to Equinda to let Celestia and Megatron know about the catalog of Shockwave's victims and what Shockwave's actual intentions are for the universe. Ratchet's story ends here for now.